This is Strasbourg. In this episode, we'll be traveling throughout France.
Welcome to Mars on the Move.
The city of Strasbourg is located in northeastern France on the west bank of the Upper Rhine River. Because of its location near the German border, the culture and architecture have both French and German influences. Strasbourg is the former seat of the European Parliament, and the historic city center was classified as a UNESCO World Heritage Site in 1988. After riding a sightseeing train through the city, we visited the Strasbourg Cathedral. One of the most famous features of the cathedral is an astronomical clock that was first installed in 1352. We also climbed up near the top of the cathedral, where we appreciated the view of the city and the Rhine River from what was the tallest building in the world from 1647 to 1874. Following 2 days in Strasbourg, we set out on a 3-day cycling tour through the Alsace region of France. On our first day, we cycled 37 kilometers through charming villages and winding vineyards.
We even got to stop at a playground in Alsace, France. Woohoo!
At the end of the day, we arrived in the small city of Obernai. The region has a long history, as a Neolithic necropole was uncovered that dated around 5000 BC. The Obernai name first appeared in 1240 when the town began to prosper. Obernai was annexed by Germany in 1871, returned to France after World War I in 1918, then occupied by the Germans during the Second World War. Currently, Obernai is a popular tourist destination and serves as an important center of wine and beer production.
Give me a wave!
Hello!
Hi, Isla! Give me a wave! Give me a wave! Hi, Lucia! Give me a wave!
On our second day of cycling, we traveled 49 kilometers from Obernai to the medieval town of Riquewihr. Along the way, we passed many beautiful vineyards, towns, villages, and communes, including Bar. Bar lies on the foothills of the Vosges Mountains and is the wine capital of Alsace. The oldest wine fair in the region is held here. We also cycled through Riquewihr, which is one of the oldest medieval towns in Alsace. The main street is lined with 15th to 18th century half-timbered houses and beautiful Renaissance fountains and squares. Near the town are the ruins of 3 famous castles, Giersberg, Riquewihr, and St. Ulrich, which can be seen in the distance as we cycled along the main street. We finally arrived in Riquewihr, where we enjoyed some pastries and baguettes. The town is a popular tourist attraction, known for its historical architecture, including many half-timbered houses, and for the Riesling and other wines produced there. Riquewihr is still surrounded by medieval fortifications, including a 13th century defensive gate. The last day of our bike tour was a 36-kilometer ride to Colmar. We cycled through many more scenic vineyards, villages, and fortified towns, including Turkheim and Kaisersberg. Arriving in Colmar, we cycled by St. Martin's Church, which was constructed between 1234 and 1365. Colmar is the third largest commune in Alsace and is known for its well-preserved old town. The city was mostly spared from destruction during the French Revolution, the Franco-Prussian War, and the First and Second World Wars. The many fountains, ancient churches, and Renaissance houses have made it a popular tourist destination. The architecture here reflects 8 centuries of German and French influence and features local building materials including pink and yellow Vosges sandstone and timber framing. Colmar has been the home and/or birthplace of many famous residents, such as Frederic Auguste Bartholdi, the sculptor of the Statue of Liberty. The city is also crossed by canals and is sometimes called La Petite Venise, or Little Venice. At the end of our 3-day tour, we hopped aboard a train and headed for Paris. Of course, our first priority after arriving was to get back on 2 wheels. We cycled throughout Paris, seeing many world-famous sights along the Seine. One of our favorite sights was Place Dauphine, a public square on the western end of Ile de la Cité, one of the 2 natural islands in Paris on the Seine River. The square was initiated by Henry IV in 1607 and named after his son.
Here at the Luxembourg Gardens, you can rent a toy sailboat to sail around the pond.
And we couldn't resist a pony ride through the gardens. Next, we boarded a boat for a tour along the Seine.
And of course, a trip to Paris wouldn't be complete without a visit to
The Eiffel Tower.
Sparkle!
And after a few late nights, we were wiped out. We woke up the next morning to a surprise.
I'm gonna give you a little hint. We're going to Disneyland!
We're having a magical day today at Disneyland Paris.
One of the most exciting attractions at the park is the Disney Stars on Parade. After a week and a half in France, including 4 wonderful days in Paris, we decided to add a short trip to London. We boarded the Eurostar train and arrived in London less than 3 hours later. And surprise, we rented bicycles for another tour. One of our first stops on the tour was the Queen's Walk along the southern bank of the River Thames. The promenade has beautiful views of the Palace of Westminster, which is the meeting place of the Parliament of the United Kingdom. At the north end of the palace is the Elizabeth Tower, a 16-story Gothic clock tower, commonly known by the nickname Big Ben. We then cycled down 18th century streets in Westminster towards St. James's Park, which is the home of ceremonial events such as royal weddings, jubilees, military parades, and state celebrations.
Aye.
Next up was Covent Garden, a hub for shopping and entertainment in London's West End. There are approximately 40 theaters showing plays and musicals here, as well as many upscale restaurants. You can also find many vocalists, dancers, jugglers, and other performers in Covent Gardens, which has a long history of street entertainment dating back to 1662. The final stop of our London bike tour was the Lake Street Graffiti Tunnel, which is a pedestrian tunnel under the Waterloo railway station that is covered in legal street art and graffiti. We brought some spray paint and left our mark in London. On our last day before heading home, we visited Hyde Park, the largest royal park in central London. The park covers 350 acres with over 4,000 trees, a lake, a meadow, playgrounds, and more.
Is that bad? Signing out from Diana's Playground in Hyde Park, London. I hope you enjoyed our episode. Keep moving!